Hey there, Clare Maxwell here at Embodied Learning Systems. Today's video is the second in a 5-video series about activating core support and using it to take you down to the ground safely and bring you back up off of the ground safely. And along the way, you're going to strengthen your arms and your legs, and you're also going to lengthen and release and mobilize all of the joints in your body. It might sound like a little bit too, I don't know, a little bit too many wonderful things to happen in one movement, but it's all about how you move and how you can get the most out of the little bit of time that you have to take care of your body. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with our feet kind of comfortably wide apart. And if you have any back problems, especially disc problems or lower back pain, just take it really slowly, because when we get into rotation, which we will in this video and all of them, if we're rotating only from our middle back, we can shear discs and vertebrae and exacerbate injuries. So we're doing a kind of a different rotational movement where we have a midline. Our legs and arms can both rotate, and we're rotating at the hip joint more than we're rotating in the middle back. The middle back will rotate a little bit, but we're definitely not trying to create the kind of intense twist that you would see in a yoga pose, for instance, something like that. Okay, so we begin with a slightly wide stance, reaching up and thinking of the whole body making kind of a C curve, so that the weight of your head goes out, the weight of your pelvis goes back, and eventually you kind of have to fold your ankles and your knees and your hips until your hands come to the ground. Now, you might really have to fold your legs, that's okay, and you can put weight on your hands, on your knuckles, or on your palms. But when you do this, in general, I want you to be looking behind you so that you're activating tone in the front body. And so as you give a little pull onto your hands in a gentle, just a thought of a push with your legs, you tone up your belly and you reverse that. So when you go from having weight a little more in your hands, you're pushing with your hands, and it's like your feet are pulling a little bit. And that also activates your belly. We don't often think of feet as pulling, but they do. Learning Systems. I am also your sponsor. I started this YouTube channel almost 10 years ago to get high quality embodiment, movement, and somatics education out to the public, especially folks who might not otherwise have access because our work is not covered by health insurance here in the United States. So if you like this content, please share, please like, please subscribe, and especially share with your communities if they need support. And if you'd like to go deeper into some of what I'm sharing here, you can book a free 15-minute consult or a private lesson online. I teach online and also in person in New York City. And you can find all that information at embodiedlearningsystems.com. Thank you so much for watching. And so once you're happy there and you feel like you have a little play back and forth, you begin to rotate. And so you start with your head just looking, let the weight of your head drop, and it kind of frees you to look under your armpit. And that's going to start your ribs and your pelvis rotating, and your legs will start to rotate, and you can just become three-legged for a moment, and then returning to your center line and rotating the other way. So every part of your foot, your toes, your heels, your legs, everything is rotating up and over, and then you start to touch your pelvis up and over, and touch your pelvis up and over, and then eventually you can begin to roll. And this roll is all about lifting your pelvis up off the ground as you roll. And I'm going to continue to be activating my front body by looking down. So it's actually quite easy to do. But eventually in your rolling, you put some weight on a forearm, and then you can just land on your front body. I'm just going to change my head here. Hope you can hear me. In fact, I'm not sure you can even see me. Yeah, so in rolling, you keep looking underneath yourself, and what that does is it means that your lower back, your pelvis is a little bit behind your head, and your lower back is free and easy. Okay, so I'm just turned towards the microphone here, but once you land, take some time to rest. You can let your head turn to one side. Let your shoulders release out of your back. Contact of your pelvis, letting your pelvis really begin to yield into the floor, your breathing belly yielding into the floor. The tops of your knees, the tops of your feet. And it'll be different for everybody. Some folks are tighter in different places, so your legs might be more like this. But eventually what ends up happening is that there is often a little bit of a release of your legs inward, and the back, the glutes in the big back hamstrings start to let go because your kneecap and the top of your foot are touching. Okay, and then just for now, you can reverse the process, but I'm going to make another video about that. So there's so much in this movement. You want to take your time, take it easy, and remember you're rotating in your hip joints, not so much in your middle back. So you don't want to twist your lower back in any extreme way. Post any questions below. This is the second. There's 3 more videos to come. Peace. Thanks for watching.